Hello, welcome to the second reading of Children and Fish Don't Talk. Life in Warsaw was extremely hazardous. Schools were shut down, social and cultural activities prohibited. Anyone daring to listen to the music of Frédéric Chopin could be shot. Jews were systematically corralled and arrested. Mother, with her Jewish background, was always on high alert. Father, coming from an aristocratic Catholic family, demanded she wear a chain with a cross and a pendant engraved with the image of the Virgin Mary, prominently displayed on the outside of her blouse at all times. In August of 1940, when I was almost 2.5 years old, Mother took me for a walk in the section of the old town when I was born. Whenever possible, she loved to escape from our tedious life and visit the rubble of our townhouse. Feeling bold, she ventured into a royal park built by King August the Saxon, the beautiful Saski Gardens. We passed a German soldiers' patrol. They surrounded us, and Mother snatched me up in her arms. I was frightened and began to cry hysterically. One of the soldiers pressed his gun against my forehead and asked in his broken Polish, "What is the matter, boy? Don't you like us, you little Polish pig? Are you afraid of Germans?" My terrified mother and I both wet our pants. The soldiers laughed and called us dirty Polacks, but allowed Mother to run from them without further harm. After this incident, she spent almost an entire year shuttered with me inside our apartment. She would only risk an outing when it was absolutely necessary. For every act of sabotage or murder of a German soldier in Warsaw, the Gestapo conducted a collective punishment. They would close both ends of the city block, and whoever was trapped on the street would be lined up against a wall and executed. The numbers of innocent victims could be 10 or could be 100. In the spring of 1941, Mother was caught in such an unimaginable situation. Dozens of men, women, and children were herded at gunpoint onto a sidewalk, some mere steps from their homes or shops. With arms raised above their heads, everybody faced the wall as they waited to inhale their last breaths. The execution squad arrived alongside a truck equipped with large speakers, blasting the Führer's favorite music, a Wagnerian death knell. Mother was standing in the middle of the group of detainees, next to a young woman who was sobbing uncontrollably. "I don't want to die. I have a newborn baby at home," she wailed over and over. Mother barked at her, "Shut up and listen to me. We might have a chance to survive." The Nazis conducted all of their activities very efficiently. But in the din of the music and the shouting of orders, Mother whispered to the young woman, "I will count to 3. Then she said she would scream as loudly as she could and run. "I will run left, but you run to the right for your life." Mother needed to act quickly. She surveyed the surroundings once more and prepared her frozen muscles to flee. Briefly, she considered her leather shoes. Mother never wore shoes without heels, and never rubber because she couldn't stand the smell. It would be hard to run in these shoes. 1, 2, 3, she said in a forceful whisper, and then she yelled, "Run! Run! Run!" The young woman sprinted in the opposite direction, and the rest of the captives followed suit. Mother created total chaos. Of course, the Gestapo started shooting furiously at anything that moved. Splattered blood and bodies covered the street. Mother bolted like a maniac into one of the building's courtyards. Since many of the city's older structures did not have plumbing, outhouses were stationed throughout. She tossed herself into one of them and dropped down its shithole into that disgusting, stinking human waste. Shaking and vomiting, there she remained late into the night when she could no longer hear a sound. At 4 years old, I was living in our bleak apartment with my mother and 2 older brothers who wanted nothing to do with me. My only toy was a rusty little metal airplane. The plane and I were inseparable. Father was gone fighting with the underground resistance army. The summer of 1942 was hot, tense, and full of danger everywhere. This I remember. On a sunny September day, Mother was in the city with Zdzisław and me in tow. Henrik, 14 years old at the time, remained alone at home. Our pockets were heavy with smuggled food rations. We were turning the corner of our city block when the neighborhood watch group stopped Mother. "Michalina, turn around. Don't go back to your apartment. The Gestapo is waiting for you. They took your son away." Henrik was arrested as a Jew. The Nazis had finally come after us. I remember Mother's rosy complexion turning ashen in an instant. She didn't audibly cry out, but tears were streaming down her face. And when she grasped our hands, I could feel her whole body shaking. We turned and headed in the opposite direction. I also began crying quietly. I just wanted to go home and play with my toy plane. Thank you.